Alright folks, hope you are well. Welcome to another lesson. So that was just me jamming some secondary dominant ideas, which will be a lesson on Patreon very soon. So if you're on there, check it out guys. So this one, yeah, it's just all about, a couple of Elvis tracks that use secondary dominance, and I try and explain what they're about, because they're pretty easy to use once you sort of know where to fit them in. So the idea is, you just take in, information from a different key, and just for like maybe one moment, and then resolving it back again. And I think if you're not sure about what they are, I guarantee you've heard them many times. And in these three tracks that I'm going to run through, I'll do the chords and stuff as well, just for a bit of fun. You'll go, oh right, yeah, I've heard that. I get what that is now. And it'll all make sense. So, please like and subscribe. Check out other lessons. Check out Patreon if you want to. And loads more lessons to come, guys. So cheers. Thank you. Hope you enjoy. Okay then, so if we start off with One Night with You, in the key of E, and pretty much it's a 1-4-5, so we're just talking E, A and B. Okay, so like I said, the idea of this is really to just analyse some secondary dominants and where they're coming from and what it's all about. But we might also do the song as well, so it's all in context. So what we have then, like I said, it's in E, so you got normal E. Then it goes to the 5, which is your B7. Back to E. So it's got that like twice around, and then at the end it goes to an E7. Then it moves to the 4 chord, which is an A. Back to E again. This is where we drop in that secondary dominance. So we're moving to F sharp. To B, and that is the whole song. But if we analyse it, we've got 1-4-5 from E major. Okay, so we've got this scale here. Well, the 1 is a major. The 2 chord within that would be a minor. And the 3 chord would be a minor. The 4 would be a major, and then the 5th would be like, do a major or a 7th. Yeah, so this isn't following that structure, is it? Even though it's going 1-4-5, we've got this F sharp major before it hit the B. So this is where we come and get into that secondary dominant and what it is. So basically, a secondary dominant is where you're taking information from another scale, another key, and it resolves into the next chord you go into. So the reason we've got this F sharp here, which is a secondary dominant, is because we'll move into the B, which is the 5 of E 1-4-5. But the idea is that we've turned that second chord from a minor to a major, and we're treating the 5 as actually like the key of the song. And so the B, what would be, the dominant of the B? It would be F sharp. Yeah, so if you're in B, we climb up the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is F sharp. So that's why we've got that F sharp major there, and we're resolving to the B. Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, we're just taking information from a different key, which is the B, and we're resolving to that, and then we're just moving back to the E again. We're back into E. Straight away you can sort of see where this is coming from. You know, so if we stayed to the structure, those chords created in the E major scale, you know, that 2 chord would be F sharp minor. Yeah, so for an example, let's just play that then with the F sharp minor. Let's see how different it sounds then. Okay, so we got yeah, it sounds totally different, and it does work, but we'd have to change the melody there that he's singing to make that fit. It's because we're so used to how that song sounds, it almost just, it doesn't feel right, does it? Even though technically that is how that would be, just using the notes from the major scale. So I think we just need to remember when we're doing this sort of stuff that we're borrowing information from another key. So like there, we had that 2 chord, but instead of being a minor, it was a major, and we're treating it like the dominant, the 5th of a B, you know, in the key of B. So, you know, B would be your 1 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be your F sharp, yeah? And that's the idea in general.
I'm sorry, but my letter keeps coming back.
Okay then, return to sender. So this one, the original key's like in E flat, D sharp. So you're sort of like going like. Yeah, I'm just going to do it in D just to keep it simple with the changes. So I'll just quickly run through the chords again just for a bit of fun and point out where this secondary dominant is happening. Okay, so you got the track. It's basically just going D, B minor, and then you got E minor to A. So that is your verse. So basically D is your 1 chord, yeah. B minor is your 6th chord, yeah. And then you've got E. E minor is your 2 chord, and then A major is your 5 chord. If you climb up your major scale, you'll be able to hear where those notes are. Yeah, so we've got D, 1. Then I said B minor was a 6. Count up those notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. B. Yeah. Then I said E minor was your 2 chord. 1, 2, E. Then I said A major was your 5 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A. Okay, so that's like your verse. Then we've got the chorus a little bit. It's just going 4 to 5. So you got G to A. Back to the 1. Then it puts that 1 into a 7th chord, D to D7. Yeah, so that is completely following the structure of the major scale, other than, you know, putting the 7th in there on the 1. It then goes 4 to 5 again, so you got G to A. Okay, that is where you can hear that secondary dominant kicking in, because if you recall when we did the turnaround in the verses, our 2 chord was E minor, yeah, so E minor 2 chord, A, your 5 chord. That time, much like the previous track we just went through, it's going to a secondary dominant. Instead of making it a minor, they've purposely turned it into an E major, and then it's going to the A, and you can see the same formula happening now we're taking information from A major. So if you had A major, you count up that scale, count up to the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the fifth? It's E. So we've got E would be our fifth, our dominant in the key of A. Secondary dominant, it's going E to A. Yeah, so you can hear the change again then. Like I said, it was a minor in the verse. It was staying true to what those chords are within that major scale. And then they switch it just for that one moment, okay? Like I said, a lot of songs do this. Okay then, so if we take Way Down, which is like the last track he did, you see what I've done there? I've gone from early stuff to the last stuff, so this one, once again, not many chords in it at all. A few quirky moments. This one sort of all depends how you look at it as well, I think. So I'm going to treat this as it's in the key of C, yeah, doing, there's a 1, 4, 5 in there, but a secondary dominant as well. So you got the verse. It hangs on C for quite a bit, doesn't it? Goes to F, which is the 4. Then we've got that B flat. So we could look at that as being a secondary dominant. Yeah? Because if we go through our major scale in C, there is no B flat there. Yeah? So we could look at it like we're taking information again. We've got B flat, so we're here. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's the fifth? The dominant of B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's F. Where's the chord resolving back to? It's by going back to the F again. Okay? Back to the 1 again. Then it goes to the 5. Back to the 1. And then just because we've got the song, so we've got it all the way through. Then it goes back to the 5 and just hangs on the 5, which sets it up then for the chorus actually being on that 5, or you could even say it's moving to the key of G, Okay, so we could look at that in a few different ways, really, couldn't we? Because all those notes are relevant. That song doesn't use it any more than those notes at the start of the C major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but with that secondary dominant in there. So like that little rundown then at the end of the chorus where you're going F to C, that could be like 4 back to 1, and then we've got this little... Well, the A could be A minor, which is the 6 of C major. We've got G, which is the 5. F is the 4. E minor is the 3. And then, D minor is the 2, back to the 1 again. Yeah, so that's your 1. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, back to 1. Yeah, so all those notes fit in there, don't they, from the C major scale. Okay, so that is the idea again there. So you can sort of see how that one chord doesn't quite fit into that major scale. You could look at it a slightly different way. You could look at it like it's using Mixolydian, where if you looked at it like that, then you would have that B flat in there. Yeah, so you could look at it like that, you know. So, you know, mixed Lydian, C mixed Lydian would be the 5th of F, and then you could say you were in the key of F doing a 1-4-5. But it sort of still doesn't feel quite right, does it? Because it feels like it needs to end on that C, which is like the one chord it takes it home, doesn't it? But I suppose you could analyse it in different ways. So I hope that's useful. Hope it's interesting. Hope it makes a bit of sense. So just mess around, moving those chords about. You know, just remember you're taking information from a different key, and then you're resolving back to the chord that you intend to go to. Yeah. Okay. If you've got any questions, just hit me up and I'll do my best to help. Cheers, guys. I'll see you soon.